Alright, so as the tab says, why did the March lose boost? Well, that's easy. I'll get to that in a minute. But in the meantime, the Gloria, things have actually happened on the Gloria. I've done some stuff. On the floor there, it's the dash obviously. So that's come out, poor old thing. It's been in there for, I don't know, it's a 69, you do the maths, it's a pretty long time. There's the original factory speaker sitting in the dash there. The paper element for the speaker just turns to dust. It's fallen out. Hard case. Been in there a long time. Original factory stereo was still in there. There's a couple of pieces sitting on top of that, but there you go. There's a factory stereo. That was sitting in there. 50-year-old stereo. Hard case as 60 even. So that had to come out for various reasons. Some of the reasons sitting just there. So you can't really weld on your big steel firewall that's in here when you've got a whole heap of really old dry insulation on the back of it. Great way to start a fire. Be awesome. Get in there, do some welding. You'll get crappy welding because there'll be a lot of rubbish trying to come through from the other side, and it'll catch on fire, and it makes it stink, and it makes a mess, and it's just not very good. Right, so you pull all that out. So we've done that, and there's our wiring coming through the firewall there from the engine bay. Engine's just about wired up actually, not much left to do on that. That white wire you see sitting there with nothing on the end of it, that's our ignition power. So we'll put some relays and stuff in the footwell over here and put a nice kick panel over the top of it, and great chance to get our wiring through from the driver's side there, where the ignition key is and all that sort of carry on. We'll do all that while the dash is out, do a nice job of that. And then really I've got to get on with these seat mounts, which I started a long time ago. It's not going to be a very nice job welding all those into position and making sure they're all set right and all that sort of carry on. So I've kind of been putting that off and putting that off, but really I've just got to get on with it. And we've got a boot, a gaiter, or whatever you want to call it, for the gear lever there. I've got to finish off that center console as well, and we're talking with the owner about some things to do with the dash. So I haven't done anything there because that can all change depending on what happens at the bottom of the dash. There might be a nice big center console going in there and all sorts of things like that. Also, there's no differential. It's gone. So we're putting a Ford 9-inch diff in the back of this with LSD in it, and correcting the ratios to about, I think it's about 3.35 or 3.32, something like that. Because what was in there was a 4.11, I think it might have been, and it was an open diff, and it was only like the equivalent of an R180 or something like that, which would just explode with that motor in front of it. So there you go. That's gone. Big gaping big hole. So probably some painting and stuff to go on while we've got it this far apart. We have to shift some brackets. I don't know if the light's very good up in here, but there should be a bracket dead straight ahead there for the top arm for the 4-link system. That's mud. That won't actually pass a cert like that, and we shouldn't. So that has to be done properly and big enough to fit some different arms in there. I think I've shown you guys the fuel system is looking reasonably good, just about there with that. Bit of polishing up to do, a bit of tweaking and all that sort of carry on. Some wires to run that fuel pump and relays and all that sort of carry on. But yeah, that's just about ready to have all this old insulation ripped out of the boot and replaced with something modern, something clean, tidy, and nice. And we'll put some panels in. This side's already got a panel. Put these panels in the side here, and it's got some nice big amplifiers. Where are they? They're sitting on the shelf over there. You can barely see them, but they're going to sit in the boot here somewhere as well. So we've got to figure that lot out. We've got to seal off the fuel tank from the occupants, so we can probably do that on the other side where the rear seat goes. Right. So you're all sitting there going, why didn't you have 17 psi boost with the March at the racetrack? Why was it running 14? Really easy. In fact, here's our, oh look, hello, there's our laptop and our boost control system. in the Link G4 Plus software, there's boost per gear control. Right, so you can have lower boost in first gear and second gear, whatever, and then ramp it up as you go up through the gears to prevent wheel spin and all that sort of carry on. Factory default setting is -100, and that's percentage of your boost solenoid duty cycle. So basically, because I didn't come in here and look at this when I set up the gear position indicator on the car and made the gears show up on the dash as you change gears while you drive down the track, because I didn't come in here and look at this, it just subtracted all duty cycle out of the boost controller, put us back to spring pressure, which is 14 psi. So my bad, that's why it happened. Really easy. All I need to do to fix that is I'll probably leave that one where it is. I'll probably leave that one where it is, because 17 psi in first and second's crazy. I actually only use third gear on the track anyway. We'll just go like that. Done. Easy. So now we've got 17 psi in third gear, and we go into here. Done. Oh, hang on, -0. That's probably not going to be happy with that. 0. Boom! There's 17 psi in fourth. It's pretty easy, isn't it? I like this software, it's good. It's really easy to use. Done! And that would now give us 14 psi in first, 14 psi in second, 17 psi in third, fourth and fifth. Of course, this little light here says it's offline because we're not hooked up to the car, so you'd actually need to do that in the car. Or you can save that and then you can load that whole program into the car when you get to it. But as you saw, it's a couple of seconds and she's done. So a couple of other things to check while we're doing that sort of thing is you would go into boost control and you would go into the wastegate. I might hold that closer, it's probably better if it's closer, is it guys? I don't know, you tell me. And just make sure we don't have anything else going on. So inlet air temp wastegate trim, so as the air that's coming into the engine gets hotter, you might want to pull some of the boost out of it. In this case it's all at 0 until, I would imagine it must come down at some point. No, it doesn't. So it doesn't control that. I would think that it would be pretty wise to pull 10% out of that or something like that. So equals -10, that should do it. Okay, so that takes 10% of duty cycle out of that. There you go. And you would go through and you'd run it up to 100. By the time you're getting to, this is just me just guessing, by the time you're getting to 100 degrees C air intake temp, you don't want 17 psi anymore anyway. That's just massive heat going into the engine. Kill, destroy, ruin things. So you would do that, you would sort that out. Same with your coolant temp. If the engine starts getting really hot, you probably want to pull some boost out of it, and that table has got that -25% at 110. I'm assuming it goes up higher than that. Look at that, 120, take all the boost out, back to 14 psi. So that'll be alright. So we can look at that in the car, check that program's the same as that. There we go, and here's our boost table, controls table for the solenoid. So that's we won't fiddle with that. If I fiddle with that, it upsets the amount of boost the car has. I don't want anything more than 17. I think it's like 17.9. I don't want anything more than that because the car's not really tuned for that, and I'll hammer it, so I'll leave that one alone. So there you go. It was as easy as that. There wasn't anything actually physically wrong with the car at all. It was merely a setting in the software, and that setting was had always been exactly like that. It's just because I'd enabled a gear position indicator, then the software knew what gear the car was in and just pulled the boost back according to that table. My bad. Easily fixed, and probably guess it. That's 1.5 seconds or something like that, isn't it? Pretty long straights on that track. To get a little bit more acceleration out of the car, it's going to make a difference. So we'll see. We'll get that cranked in there and probably try it out at Hampton Downs at the Nationals, which is coming up soon, although we're not really timing there and there's a bit of traffic and it might be a bit hard to do some good lap times, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so another thing, if you guys have been here up to now, watching the channel, listening to me babble, if you're still here now, in theory something's going to pop up on social media like next week maybe, and might get a few more fans on the page, a few more subscriptions possibly, or not. we'll see if it works or not. Should do in theory. And I'd just like to say I really appreciate those involved with helping set that up, and giving us the opportunity to do bigger and better things and give us a bit of a leg up. And cheers to all you guys who are hanging out at the moment and watching me babble. Must be a good 13 minutes so far, I'm just guessing. Really appreciate it. The whole thing with the channel is just have a bit of fun and get some stuff out there that you guys want to see. A little bit of advertising for me, obviously, to create some work to keep myself alive, keep the family fed, etc. And the running joke is to, if we can earn enough money from YouTube to buy a drink at the racetrack, that's the goal. And I'm not kidding, that is actually the goal. We don't expect to make big dollars from it, it's just one man in his little man cave doing things. So cool. Alright, have a new year, by the way, and like, share, subscribe. See you later.